Just then, Jeremy's face was white as a sheet. He could not stop coughing up blood, his expression one of disbelief and shock. A second later, Gerard and Matt could finally raise their heads. They saw Wilbur completely unharmed, and their chests lurched in shock. How could this be? Wilbur was standing right there, and there was nothing for them to believe otherwise. Just then, the scroll Jeremy was holding burst into flames all of a sudden. It disintegrated to ashes in no time, disappearing from sight. Jeremy was in shock before yelling, "Ancient ancestor! Ancient ancestor!" Wilbur frowned. "Stop yelling. The burst of energy was the last of your ancestor, but you insisted on exhausting it. This outcome is inevitable." Jeremy gritted his teeth as he glowered at Wilbur. "You destroyed my clan jewel." Wilbur's expression grew cold. He took a big stride, stepping right up to Jeremy. Wilbur grabbed him by the neck and lifted him into the air. The Owens family was in shock, and all of them crowded forward. They wanted to save Jeremy, but none of them dared to do anything. Jeremy's life was currently in the palm of Wilbur's hands. Wilbur said coldly, "You provoked me time and time again, and I was willing to let it go. Even now, you're still trying to blame me for what happened to you. Well, you can pay for your own actions then." As he spoke, Wilbur's grip on Jeremy's neck tightened. Jeremy gagged, feeling like he was about to die from suffocation at any moment. It was only then that he realized how terrifying an existence Wilbur was. Not only did he beat Jeremy, but he had also taken out the ultimate sword image that Jeremy's ancient ancestor had left behind. Someone capable of doing that was practically a god. Jeremy's expression finally flashed with terror, and he began to beg. Nevertheless, he could not speak any more, only wheezing like a feral beast. The crowd was all the more terrified. They could tell that Wilbur was going to kill him at any moment. Yet the murderous aura that was coming off him made it near impossible for anyone to dare to stop him. Seeing his father at the brink of death, Ian fell to the ground in the distance, on his knees, as he shouted with all his might, "Please, spare my father! Great master, the Owen family surrenders to you." Wilbur glanced at him. He sneered coldly, then threw Jeremy to the ground. Jeremy's chest heaved as he took in large gulps of air, finally regaining a little color on his face. Following that, he cursed himself before bowing deeply to Wilbur. "I, Jeremy Owens, finally surrender. Thank you for sparing my life, Senior." The jaw-dropping contrast in strength was undeniable. Jeremy and the rest could only surrender to Wilbur. Jeremy had truly admitted defeat. Wilbur cast a glance at the crowd. Jeremy, as well as his clan, bowed to him. Gerard and Mark were bowing with their respective clans as well. Seeing this, Wilbur said coldly, "I'm not one to go too far, so I'll spare you this time. You'd better behave after this." Upon speaking, Wilbur turned and headed for the bridge. Yet Jeremy stared at Wilbur's retreating back for all but 2 seconds before hurrying up to him. "Please wait, Senior." The Owens family was confused at the gesture. Was Jeremy really going to challenge Wilbur again at a time like this? Their clan would be done for. Gerard and Matt were shocked as well, trying to look meaningfully at Jeremy so he would stop asking for trouble and possibly drag their clans into this.